Hey, everyone who is online and or watching this after it's been recorded. Tonight I'm talking about depression, anxiety, lack of sleep, weight gain, moodiness, and how it is connected to your gut. So let's just kind of cover the topics in order, and then I'll tell you kind of how what has happened with me and some of these things that I have experienced and how taking care of my gut health has made a difference. So for depression, numerous studies link gut bacteria or the lack thereof of certain bacterias to be consistent among those who suffer from depression. So there are certain bacterias that we have or don't have. So the studies that I was reading about showed that the people that were taking antidepressants lacked two very specific bacteria in our intestines, and that was consistent among everyone that was tested and participating in the study. So when that was out of whack, then they had depression issues. So the studies are suggesting that probiotics are a good thing right now, and I should say this just in all my videos, but there are some major medical studies going on right now that are linking, the root to so many problems in our gut, but the studies are not completely finished yet. So there's going to be a ton of research that's going to start trickling out, and in just a couple of years, everyone's going to be on a probiotic or recommended to be on a probiotic, and instead of being medicated, hopefully we'll be going more towards a natural approach. So for depression, it has already been linked. Everybody in the medical industry is starting to realize this, and they're starting to see benefits from putting good bacteria inside people's intestines. So let's go to anxiety. A lot of times I feel like depression, anxiety, a lot of these things are kind of also very similar. So Harvard Health Publishing connects the brain to the gut, saying the gut-brain connection is no joke. This is quote from this article. It can link anxiety to stomach problems and vice versa. So a lot of people that are anxious and you're like, why is my stomach upset? Because it is literally linked. It is not something that if you think, oh, it's just in your head, when you kind of get nervous about something, that your stomach hurts. It is literally connected, and your stomach's hurting not just because it's sympathy pains. You're really it's all connecting. And then vice versa, if your stomach's upset, a lot of times it's throwing stuff off and giving you anxiety mentally. So Harvard Health Publishing is doing articles about this, and it is completely fascinating. So let's talk a little bit more about that. The brain has a direct effect on the stomach and intestines. I'm reading the article to you right now, at least part of the article to you. Okay, for example, the very thought of eating can release the stomach's juices before food gets there. I'm sure you all have experienced that, the growling of your stomach. And a lot of times when you're thinking about food, it seems like that happens more. This connection goes both ways. A troubled intestine can send signals to the brain, just as a troubled brain can send signals to the gut. Therefore, a person's stomach or intestinal distress can be the cause or the product of anxiety, stress, or depression. That's because the brain and the GI system are intimately connected. So the article is very long, so I'm not going to read that all to you because you can actually go online and do that yourself. But it's showing how interconnected your brain and your gut is. So when sometimes I post about how 90% of our hormones originate in the intestines, this is helping to affect our anxiety and our depression because it's all linked together. Our hormones help run our entire body. Okay, so let's go to lack of sleep, because I try not to keep my videos, try to keep them a little short, and sometimes I tend to talk too much. Anyway, so lack of sleep is a big problem, right? We don't want to have to live on little sleep. And what's more frustrating about not being able to get enough sleep is when you're in bed staying awake. There's nothing like that. When you're just laying there counting sheep, looking at the ceiling fan, turning in circles, looking at the wall, it's really not okay. I have experienced that. And when you can get sleep, especially if you have kids and they wake up no matter how late you've stayed up, they're getting up at their 5, 6, 7 o'clock morning time. It's really hard to deal with that. So there are a ton of articles that are also linking our lack of sleep to our gut health. Shocking, right? So let's read about that. Okay, so we know that sleep deprivation increases our chances of obesity and affect the way we control food intake. This is really interesting, so bear with me. We're going to get to the gut connection here in a second. Lack of sleep results in a decrease in leptin, the hormone that makes us feel full. There's another hormone which stops us making us feel satisfied with the food that we eat. Hi, Cindy. Okay, that means we keep eating, sometimes as much as an extra 300 calories a day or more. Lack of sleep also affects the parts of our brain responsible for impulse control, leaving us with very little chance of eating healthy and taking care of that gut ecosystem or ecosystem. Poor sleep then can certainly affect our gut. The question is, could our gut affect our sleep? Which the article goes on to say that it does in a very big way. The author of this particular article goes on, it's a doctor, to say that probiotics will help your intestines, will also the gut and the bacteria, and it will also help us sleep better, which in turn will help us to make better decisions on our food, which kind of leads me right into our next topic of weight gain. So if we're not sleeping well and we're anxious and we're depressed, a lot of times it's easy to turn to food. So we can do the math and know if we're eating because of these issues, then we're going to be gaining weight. So if we can correct those issues, then we should be able to help our weight. So there's a couple of reasons why we gain weight. This isn't like a one issue cures all. There's a lot of reasons for weight gain. The Mayo Clinic states that you gain weight when you consume more calories than you can burn, which is accurate. And there's evidence that bacteria in the gut play a role in how efficiently the body extracts energy from food that reaches the small intestines. So not only are we dealing with how much we're taking in, but the bacteria inside of our gut is responsible for how efficiently our body's using what we're giving it. Again, if we are overtired, if we're depressed, if we're anxious, we're turning to food a little bit more. And so then we're consuming more calories than we need. And then our body, again, is not efficiently burning the energy or using the energy properly. Let's see. So I will tell you, from when I started to take the Plexus products that I'm doing that focuses on gut health, and I talked a little bit about it the last time I was live, and I'm happy to do it again. So if anyone has questions, please post your questions here. That's why I'm doing these live videos, so that they can be interactive. When I focused on that, I didn't do it to lose weight, because at the time, I wasn't looking for that. I was looking to just be healthier, and I had the sugar cravings that I talk about so often that were controlling me. But I will tell you that within the first month of focusing on my gut, I did lose a couple of pounds. And the reason for that, and it wasn't because I changed how I was eating though I eat pretty healthy, I wasn't doing anything different other than these products. And it's because my body was taking what I was consuming and using it more effectively. So it's like all connected, and it all can correct a probiotic, a very good quality probiotic, and doing gut health focus can take care of a whole lot of issues. So the last thing on my list here was moodiness. And because 90% of our hormones originate in our intestines, if the bacteria is out of whack, of course our moods aren't going to be stable. They're going to be kind of up and down. And I will say, from a woman's perspective, having 3 children, going through pregnancy, that a lot of times that I noticed the ups and downs. I was on the gut health products with my last pregnancy, the 3rd one, and I will say that I was the most even keeled through that pregnancy and after. And that is definitely because of the products. Like, there's no doubt in my mind. I felt better than I've ever felt. I haven't gotten good sleep, and it's not because I can't sleep. It's because my children won't let me sleep. So I wanted to just hop on here, see if anybody has any questions, see if anyone is interested in learning more about how you can help yourself instead of taking medications, to do something natural that goes right to the root of the problem. And it's not just going to take care of one problem, but you're going to do a whole host of problems that you're going to be able to eliminate from your lifestyle, and not have to be reliant on some drug that you have to take another one to counteract the side effects from one. And the cycle just keeps going. So I have a couple, there's like 2 incentives left that I have. That's amazing for anyone who wants to try the products that I have been raving about, that have done so much for me and my family. I would love to talk to anybody further and just kind of share like what those incentives are, a little bit about the products, depending on what health goals you have. Then that helps, I can kind of help steer you to, here's the product that you can try. Plexus has a 60-day money-back guarantee on any and all product, no matter how long you've been with them. So even though I'm going on 2 years, if I tried a product that I didn't like, I have 60 days to get all of my money back, even if I took all the products. So now is a really great time to sign up, try something. The worst that's going to happen is nothing. You might lose like $5 for shipping and handling, because I have an incentive offer that gets you the cheapest price on their product, and that 60-day guarantee is always there. So you can try it for 60 days risk-free, and the best that happens is it changes your life like it did for me and for my family. And I care about all of my friends and family, and that's why I do these videos, because I want to share the wonderful things that I have found and hope that other people find relief from what ails them. If it's depression, if it's weight gain, if it's anxiety, if it's sugar cravings, if it's lack of sleep, IBS. I could go on, and soon I'm going to start doing testimonials. I'm going to have videos from people that are my family and friends that I know and how it has affected them. So private message me, text me, call me. I'm going to be up for a couple more hours tonight. The incentive that I am talking about, the 2 incentives I have left, are only good through the end of this week. And I can share more about that. I just don't want to take up a bunch of time. If you're watching this later, you can still message me, call me, text me. I'm available to answer any questions. Thank you so much. Bye.